You know that embarrassing moment when you realize that all the women at an event are carrying the same expensive handbag, and you feel like you're participating in a game where nobody explained the rules? Well, that's the reality behind the $33.79 billion luxury handbag market, FDDIC, and I discovered something that will make you rethink everything you know about elegance. Before we continue, if you're here because you want to truly understand the secret codes of elegance and how to transform your style into something that opens doors, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell icon, and leave your like. I'm Carol, and here at Lucrative Elegance, we unravel together the mysteries of what really makes a woman be perceived as sophisticated. Now tell me something. Did you buy that handbag because you love it, or because you needed to be seen with it? What would your handbag say if it could talk? Spoiler, it would probably tell all your financial, emotional, and social secrets before you even opened your mouth. The psychological game behind handbags. Here's a fact that will shock you. The term handbag was first used in the early 1990s to describe men's suitcases. That's right, handbags started as accessories for men. But wait, it gets better. It was the railways that created women's need for light and functional bags. Just between us, have you ever noticed how some elite women choose discreet handbags that nobody recognizes? Meanwhile, most middle-class women are still chasing the model that screams brand. And this reveals more than you imagine. But here's what luxury brands discovered, and you need to know. We buy luxury handbags not just for aesthetics, but as symbols of wealth and success, and to project a specific image that connects us with affluence or exclusivity. It's pure psychology applied to consumption. And look how interesting this is. Our brain releases dopamine when we make a prediction that's confirmed, and dopamine neurons get even more excited with surprising rewards, like discovering that hard-to-find handbag you always wanted has arrived at the store. It's literally addictive. A detail nobody told you, but that changes everything. Have you ever felt like you were trying to compensate for something with your new handbag? It's not superficiality. It's just that nobody taught us what really communicates status. What your handbag is screaming and you don't even notice. Blair Waldorf would never use a handbag out of context. And it wasn't for etiquette. It was for the silent message she knew how to transmit. Now comes the part that will make you look differently at your handbag collection. Every choice we make about our handbags, from style and size to brand and color, reflects our personal tastes, lifestyle, and even our emotional state. That giant handbag of yours that carries your entire life? Those who prefer large handbags value practicality and preparation, tend to be organized and efficient, always ready for any situation. That tiny clutch shows that you prioritize elegance and minimalism, reflects a desire for simplicity. How many times have you changed handbags to feel more accepted? But here's what's fascinating. We use our appearance and belongings as a form of communication, because this communicates our interests, values, who we are, our personality. Your handbag is literally having a conversation with the world about you, but do you have control over this conversation? Catherine, Princess of Wales, might be with the same handbag for years and still look impeccable, because real elegance is never in the new, but in the intentional, the dirty secret of luxury brands. Just between us, does your handbag give you security, or is it a disguise? I'll tell you something the industry doesn't want you to know. Brands like Hermes capitalize on our brain's reaction to intermittent rewards. You know those famous 5-year waiting lists for a Birkin? It's pure strategy to maintain the mystique. And it works so well that Birkins have outperformed both the S&P 500 and gold prices over the last 35 years. And there's more. A designer handbag worth a few $1,000s can represent a significant financial commitment for someone with middle-class income, creating the impression that such purchases indicate substantial wealth. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Individuals with genuine wealth see these purchases differently. When someone possesses substantial financial resources, spending a few thousand on accessories doesn't constitute significant spending. A detail that changes everything. Most women don't realize, but those who really understand social codes know. Even the way you hold your handbag changes the perception we cause. Luxury is what you buy. Elegance is what you communicate when nobody knows how much it cost. How to use this to your advantage. Now that you know how the game works, I'll teach you to play it better than others. The trends we observe on runways and streets suggest a delicious mix of practicality and playful aesthetics. For 2025, the focus is on chocolate brown and tan tones, with generously proportioned handbags showing no signs of slowing down. In the corporate world, a neutral and structured handbag can open more doors than an expensive blazer, because it transmits discipline, sobriety, and focus. But listen to this. The Balenciaga Rodeo Bag, inspired by vintage suitcases with sophisticated top handle and slouchy structure, it presents the harmonious mix of retro and modern that fashion people want in a handbag now. It's this combination of classic codes with contemporary touches that makes you seem in the know. Just between us, do you know something that most don't? That having enough elegance to not need to prove anything is the greatest power of all. Micro habits of the elegant woman. Before we talk about how to transform this into real advantage, let me teach you some micro habits that separate elegant women from others. Never put your handbag on someone else's chair. An elegant handbag has its own place. Prefer models with firm structure. They convey more authority than soft handbags. When entering an environment, don't hold your handbag like a shield in front of your body. There's a feng shui saying, "A handbag on the floor is money out the door." An elegant woman never puts her handbag on the floor. A woman spends about 76 days of her life looking for things in her handbag. An elegant woman has complete control over her handbag's contents. This isn't organization, it's strategy. Do you want to know the secret codes I discovered studying truly sophisticated women? Speaking of being in the know about codes, I need to tell you about something special I created for women like you who want to master these codes without spending a fortune. It's my course, Look Rich Without Spending Much, and it's at promotional launch price because the classes are being released gradually. Listen well. As soon as the course is complete, the price goes up to full price, without discount. This course teaches you exactly the visual, behavioral, and social codes that wealthy women naturally master, and how this can completely transform the way you're perceived and treated in the world. It's not about pretending to be rich. It's about understanding and applying the signs of sophistication that make the real difference. Imagine mastering these codes and never feeling out of place in any environment again? The link is in the description, but don't put it off. When all the classes are released, this special price disappears. The unwritten rules. There are some unwritten rules that separate those who really understand elegance from those who are just following trends. Luxury consumers give various socially acceptable reasons for buying luxury brands, like quality, durability, and craftsmanship, but few admit that status is the main motivator. But here's what's genius. Indulging in non-consumption luxuries is more likely to generate admiration and envy from your social group. Translating, sometimes having the confidence to carry a beautiful but non-ostentatious handbag causes more impact than a screaming logo. A secret that only elegant women know. When you don't need the handbag to feel confident, you automatically become more interesting. The mistakes that give you away. Is your handbag sabotaging your image without you realizing? I'll tell you the mistakes that immediately give away those who don't master the codes of elegance. First mistake, using the wrong handbag for the occasion. The Chanel 2.55, with its quilted design, CC closure, and chain strap, distills some of the most iconic codes of the French house, but using such an elaborate handbag on a Tuesday morning to buy bread screams insecurity. Second mistake, letting the handbag use you instead of you using the handbag. You know when you're too worried about whether the handbag matches, if it's fashionable, if people will recognize the brand. That's power inversion, and everyone notices. Third mistake, not knowing how to hold the handbag properly. Carrying the handbag like a child carries a doll, pressed against the body, communicates insecurity. Carrying it too far from the body communicates disconnection. Just between us, have you ever noticed how some women carry any handbag and look elegant, while others use expensive handbags and seem embarrassed? It's all about inner ownership. What really matters? A detail nobody told you. The true form of luxury might not be about the brands we flaunt, but about how complete and whole we feel inside. Real elegance doesn't need to shout, it whispers with confidence. At the social or interpersonal level, luxury consumers are perceived as less warm and friendly, making them less attractive as new friends. So, if you want to be truly sophisticated, remember, elegance is about making others feel comfortable, not intimidated. Do you want to be admired or do you want to be loved? Because there's a difference, and truly elegant women know how to be both. Think about Angelina Jolie. She can appear with a simple handbag and still command any environment. Because the handbag doesn't define her, she defines the handbag. The new codes of 2025. Do you want to be ahead of other women or running behind? For you to always be one step ahead, you need to know that from 2025 to 2035, innovation and sustainability will redefine the luxury handbag market with AI-driven personalization, blockchain-enabled authentication, and eco-friendly materials dominating production. Truly sophisticated women are already paying attention to this. With consumers increasingly asking for green products, Several high-quality brands now focus on incorporating sustainable materials like recycled leather, organic cotton, and plant derivatives. An insight that changes the game. Choosing a sustainable handbag before it becomes mainstream automatically puts you in the group of forward-thinking women. And that's sexy. Look at Emma Watson. She appears with eco-friendly handbags and nobody questions her sophistication. Because she's not following trends, she's creating awareness. The difference between appearing and being. Are you building an image or are you building an identity? Here's something I observed. 22% of women said that if they could spend extravagantly on just one designer item, it would be a handbag. But here's the thing. Women who really understand elegance don't think like that. They think in sets, in harmony, in telling a coherent story. And look how curious. Men are more likely to choose a handbag based on brand than women. This tells us something important about feminine confidence versus external validation. Have you ever noticed that women who are really secure in themselves don't keep checking if others notice their new handbag? They just use it and go on with their lives? Think about Cate Blanchett. She can repeat the same handbag at 3 different events and nobody will find it strange. Because when you own your style, the rules change. The definitive test. Now comes the test that separates those who know from those who are pretending to know. Want to know if you really master the codes of elegance? Here's the test. Can you enter any environment, from a corner cafe to a corporate event, and feel appropriate, confident, and in the right place? If the answer is yes, you understood the game. If it's no, there's still work to do. Do you dress to impress others or to express who you are? Jane Birkin complained to Hermès' CEO about not being able to find a suitable weekend bag during a flight, and the rest is history. She wasn't trying to impress anyone. She was solving a real problem, and this resulted in one of the world's most iconic handbags. The lesson? Authenticity creates icons. Imitation creates copies. Elegance as strategy. Did you know your handbag can be your best networking tool? Elegant women understand that handbags have always been more than a fashion accessory. They are symbols of identity, status, and personality. But they use this strategically, not desperately. Handbags have transcended their functional purposes, now serving as symbols of social class and individual expression. The question is, are you using your handbag to express who you really are, or who you think you should be to impress others? A detail that changes your perspective. In the business world, a well-chosen handbag can open conversations that business cards cannot, because it communicates judgment, taste, and attention to detail. Look at Sheryl Sandberg, structured handbags, neutral colors, always impeccable. It's not about designer labels. It's about communicating seriousness and competence. How to be different from others. Do you want to be just another in the crowd, or do you want to be memorable? While the global luxury handbag market is expected to reach $60.42 billion by 2034, you can stand out by being authentic. In Europe, innovation in handbag design and influence from social media and celebrity endorsements are significantly driving the market. But here's the secret. While everyone is trying to be like influencers, you can be memorable by being genuine. Personalization and customization allow individuals to express their uniqueness and individuality. Use this. Have you ever noticed how the most interesting women are never wearing exactly what everyone else is wearing? They take trends and make them their own way. Think about Tilda Swinton. She can appear with a handbag nobody knows and everyone wants to know where it's from. Because she doesn't follow fashion, she creates references. The truth about status. Now comes a truth that might hurt a little, but needs to be said. I'll tell you something I discovered. Human psychology is naturally inclined towards social comparison. When we observe others with luxury items, we might feel compelled to seek similar status symbols to keep up. But truly elegant women aren't running after anyone. They set their own pace. And there's more. In certain communities like high society, fashion community, creative community, aesthetics is important, and that's how people evaluate you, to understand if you're with us or not. But the question is, do you want to belong to a tribe that judges you by your handbag? When was the last time you bought something to feel included instead of feeling like yourself? The answer to this question will tell you a lot about where you are in your elegance journey. The future of elegance. Do you want to be prepared for the future or stuck in the past? The Asia-Pacific region is expected to expand at the fastest CAGR during the forecast period, driven by e-commerce expansion and social commerce. This means elegance codes are democratizing globally, but also becoming more competitive. The smart woman prepares for this now. with geopolitical tensions influencing the luxury handbag market, affecting both production and consumer behavior. Those who understand the true codes of sophistication will stand out even more. Now, a prediction that will surprise you. Women who master the art of sustainable elegance will be the most admired of the next decade, because emotional intelligence plus social consciousness equals the new luxury. Your competitive advantage. Do you want an advantage that nobody can copy? Here's your advantage. While everyone is obsessed with the latest trends, you can focus on what really works. Trends in 2025 show a focus on chocolate and tan browns, with generously proportioned handbags, but this doesn't mean you need to chase every novelty. True elegance lies in knowing how to choose what works for you, not for Instagram. Handbag color can evoke different emotions and personality traits. Classic black exudes elegance and authority, while bold colors suggest confidence and creativity. The advantage of truly elegant women is that they know fashion passes, but style remains. And look at the irony. Transparent handbags became popular at concerts and events due to security concerns. While some see this as limitation, elegant women see it as an opportunity to show that organization and good taste are independent of being able to hide things. The investment that's worth it. An investment lesson your mother didn't teach you. If you're going to invest in an expensive handbag, at least do it strategically. Hermes Birkins supposedly outperformed both the S&P 500 and gold prices over the last 35 years. But this doesn't mean every expensive handbag is an investment. High-quality handbags can be restored and repaired by specialized professionals. These handbag surgeons can fix tears, replace hardware, and even revive faded colors. Think of this as a long-term investment, not a momentary impulse. Are you buying to have or to be? Because there's a huge difference between owning something beautiful and using that something to build genuine confidence. The winning mindset. Do you want to know what really differentiates a powerful woman? Women who really master elegance understand hedonic value. Many people buy luxury handbags not for practical use, but for the pleasure or symbolic meaning they have. But they also know how to balance this with practicality and authenticity. Traditionally, luxury has been associated with status, wealth, rarity, and power. But new elegance is about confidence, not ostentation. It's about knowing you deserve quality, not about proving this to others. When you stop using accessories to compensate for insecurities and start using them to express who you really are, everyone notices the difference. And this difference, it's magnetic. Are you ready to stop following and start leading? Because in the end, your handbag will reveal more about you than you imagine. But you have the power to control this narrative. Handbags are more than mere accessories. They are powerful symbols of identity, status, and personality. The question isn't which handbag will make you look rich, but which authentic version of yourself you want to present to the world. And when you master this, you no longer need to chase external validation. You become the reference. Do you want to be the woman that other women observe to learn? Then start acting as if you already were. If your handbag is going to speak for you, let it tell the truth. You know what you're doing. You have enough elegance to not need to prove anything. And you have enough confidence to be authentic in a world full of copies. If this video made you think differently about elegance and sophistication, and you want to be part of this community of women who are elevating their standard of living intelligently, consider becoming a channel patron through the membership club with values starting at $4.99. Click the Become a Member button and let's grow together. Are you ready to be the woman who sets standards instead of following standards? See you in the next video.